Hello friends, and welcome back to Malicious Compliance Stories. Let's start our video with a story in which the company our OP worked for lost $2 million because they wouldn't pay $1,200. And the guy who was arrested for the break-in walked due to lack of evidence. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're new here and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new video every single day. Here we go. Why I am against BYOD for work. I was working contract security at a site that was a government site. I'd requested a cell phone and a camera to be added to the site for months, but I was told that the site did not warrant it. I documented a break-in and started documenting things on the camera on my cell phone. I called the police and the client to notify things that happened. The weather started to change and it started raining really hard. My initial photographs were going to be needed and the police wanted to take my phone for the chain of custody. I told them that I could give them the phone for $1,200, which is what it would cost me to replace the phone. My security company told me if I did not give up my phone, I would be fired. I said, okay, I'm fired then. I drove off the site. As per policy, any information from a site that is taken on a personal device has to be deleted once an employee is fired to get your last check. I went to pick up my last check and showed them the factory reset to get my last check. I'd been subpoenaed to testify in a court case about 6 months after I was fired. I go up and am asked to produce the evidence I'd recorded from that night. I tell the judge that I had to show a factory wipe in order to get my last paycheck from my security company. I found out later that the insurance company did not pay out the claim for the break-in damages, and my previous security company lost a $2 million a year contract. The guy who was arrested for the break-in walked due to lack of evidence. Supplemental details is the story I have to keep explaining because people will not read my replies to people who asked the same questions before. This took place in 2006, and the understanding of tech by the police was not yet fully understood. The reason for wanting my phone was due to the metadata on my phone due to the last time that files were modified. A copy of the pics I had would have changed that information to when they were transferred to the other device. Thus, the need to have my phone was a valid request, which I would have honored if they would have bought out my cellular contract. BYOD means bring your own device. The rain's important due to me taking pictures of evidence that was destroyed by the rain, a footprint that was outside that got washed away when I documented, but due to how the police responded by sending beat cops out first to secure the scene, then the detectives were not able to get that piece of evidence because the weather had changed. And our second story. While handling my manager the receipt with $20 short of the amount due, if you don't like this, you can shove it wherever you like. I work for a restaurant chain. My job at this chain is to go around to tables, make sure their TVs are on the right channel, make nice with the customers, and provide backup for servers. So I'm doing my thing, enjoying my evening, when my manager comes up to me and discreetly motions towards a table in the dining room and tells me to make sure that table is happy and attended to the entire time that they're there. So I walk over and give my usual huge hello and smile and ask them how they're doing. The response, "We're about ready to walk out," says the father. The mother says nothing. The kids say nothing. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, and I'm going to do everything I can to make sure the rest of your visit is fantastic, I say. I like bad customers. I thrive on them. A good challenge provides some spice to the day. I'm ready for this. I check on them about once every 5 minutes for the next half an hour. Each time I go check on this table, I get a dirty look from the dad and an increasingly cheerful yet still dismissive response from the mom. That's cool. As long as they're happy, I'm happy. I take pride in my job, and as long as they're enjoying themselves, it's no skin off my nose. So I go to another table and start schmoozing them. We're getting a good conversation going, and as I'm talking, I feel a kid tug on my arm and tells me he wants to take the challenge. Boom, I think. This family's willing to pay to let their 6-year-old eat obnoxiously hot chicken wings? Therefore, they are enjoying themselves. Therefore, we have brown-nosed our way out of the woods. I excuse myself from the table I was talking to and approach the original family with the required waiver. They sign it. 5 minutes later, the wings come out of the deep fryer. Normally, I make it my goal to have no more than about 180 seconds between deep fryer and mouth when it comes to this challenge. But this kid looks about 6 years old. I'm going to give him a break. So I let those wings sit for a good 5 or 6 more minutes to cool down. I lay the wings down on the table, hop on the microphone, rally the restaurant. Attention, non-equity chicken wings chain restaurant. We have our first non-equity hot chicken wings challenge of the night. Tell them how old you are, bud. I hold the microphone to the kid's face, which I never do, but I figured I'm going all out for this table. If I keep this up, I might get a kudos email. And he goes, I'm 6 years old. The restaurant goes nuts. This could not be going better. This kid is ballsy as hell. They're getting all kinds of good attention from the whole dining room and restaurant. We're good. I start the timer, the kid takes one bite and gives up. I'm not surprised at all. But all of a sudden, the mom starts insisting that the wings were too hot, temperature hot, and that it wasn't fair. So I offer to let him try again with the same wing basket once they cool down. But the kid's done. So mom decides it's her turn. By the way, we never, ever, 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 ever let people attempt the challenge when someone has already tried with that basket. It's not fair to other challengers. But at this point, I'm willing to do anything to keep this family happy. So here I am back on the microphone. All right, guys, Carlito is done challenging for the night, but that's okay because his mom, Gladys, is going to take up the torch and finish them for him. Again, crowd nuts. Still killing the game. I hit the timer, she takes one bite, done. Hop on the mic again and get both Carlito and Gladys 2 more rounds of applause. I come back about 10 minutes later to hand out some high fives and congratulate them for trying, and the mom tells me that it would absolutely make the kid's day if he could get a t-shirt just for trying. The t-shirts are for people who actually do the challenge, and I've definitely told people who missed their time on the stopwatch by all of about 2 seconds that they would be going home shirtless. But for this lady, I went and asked my manager, who gave me the go-ahead. I come back with the shirt, display it proudly for the table, they're all smiling, and I give it to the kid. The kid was happy, but now his brother and sister want to try for the shirt. I immediately see where this is going. This lady's about to make me sit there and watch each of her kids take one bite of spicy wings, give them each a shirt, and if not, then she's gonna fuss. I tell her no, unfortunately it's against the rules for me to let more than one person attempt the challenge on one basket of wings. And she goes with kind of a, I'm doing this to benefit you because you are completely at my mercy smirk. We're just trying to save you guys wings is all. And then it hits me. This lady thinks that the challenge is free. It's not. It's not even free if you finish your wings on time. I've never suggested on the microphone or at any point that it's free. And the waiver that she's now signed twice has disclosed that she will be paying for it. Nothing, nobody, nowhere has made any indication that these wings are free. And I'm about to get lit up for it when she figures it out. So, in preparation, I retreat to the kitchen because I've run out of ideas. By the time I come back out, this table is looking angrily at their tickets. I try to sneak by them on my lap around the dining room, but she stops me and demands, why weren't we disclosed that we would be charged for the challenge? At this point, my creativity is about nil, so I just say, it's on the waiver you signed, instead of, so let me get this straight. You thought the wings were free, even though nobody here even finished them? Under which circumstances it might be understandable that you would think you might get free wings, but because you signed a waiver, you acknowledge that is not the case. And you're still walking out of here with a t-shirt that you didn't earn. I hand the dad the waiver, he goes up to my manager and hands her his ticket with cash and $20 missing and says, if you don't like this, you can shove it wherever you want, which causes my manager to calmly and coolly ask one of the cashiers to get down their license plate info. Say what you want about this manager, she's not popular, but she's certainly no easy floozy. 5 minutes later, Gladys is back in the restaurant with a $20 bill in her hand, backpedaling like a mom who's afraid to get arrested for theft in front of her kids. Just take the money. We don't want any confrontation. We have our kids in the car. Last thing I hear my manager say, just as calmly, is, keep your money. We won't call the police, but we still reserve the right to refuse service. And our last story. No, Karen, you cannot get me arrested for being an alcoholic. So here's the deal. I drink a lot. I drink privately. I would never drink and drive. I'm quiet and respectful. I have a job, I have friends, I have a nice apartment. I've never hurt anyone. Most nights I like to chill out on my couch with a drink, or 10, Thus, I often walk into my apartment building with a case of beer or whatever I decide to poison my body with that night. Many of those nights, I've run into a certain middle-aged woman on the elevator. Well, yesterday I got a phone call from my landlord. Here's how the conversation went. Me. Hey, Ray, what's up? LL. I got something awkward to tell you. Me. Okay, what is it? LL. Someone made a complaint about you. Me. What? For what? LL. Another tenant called to say that you're an out-of-control alcoholic and you're always walking into the building carrying alcohol. She wants you out of the building. Me. Okay. Long pause. We both start laughing. LL. Yeah, she said the next time she sees you with alcohol, she's calling the cops. Me. Tell her I said good luck with that and to tell me how it goes. Too bad you don't know that LL is my best friend and would rather evict you than me. You can't get me arrested for being an alcoholic in peace, Karen. LOL. How dare you buy legal things and bring them to your home and enjoy them? Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.